Dioxin.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat,
Dioxin.
slapping the hole. Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there,
Dioxin.
shooting some hoops. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my jocking the beat.
Well, I'm cruising down the street in my candy painted low. Bouncing like a toe with balls on my 6th floor. I pull up wood, gripping balls, tipping city low. I'm hitting 16 switches, watch it stop and hit the floor. I'm leaning on the curb, sipping syrup, blowing drum. The girls show me love when they panties hit the floor. I said I'm leaning on the curb, sipping syrup, blowing drum. I got the 6'4", hopping, watch it stop and do a show. First I lean with it, then I rock with it. I got a candy apple drop with a Glock in it. First I lean with it, then I rock with it. I got a candy apple drop with a Glock in it. First I lean, then I rock. My time. First I lean, then I rock. I said first I lean with it, then I rock with it. I got a candy apple drop with a Glock in it. Because I'm
Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat,
Dioxin.
jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my jocking the beat.
It's Boy B, I'm known for slamming Cadillac doors, coming down on that candy with the twangers and the bows, but I got love for the West Coast. So I suppose I'ma head out to Cali, the land of the low lows, touchdown in LAX and I don't need no car. Robin Chino picked me up with the bud and the bar. In the hood I'm a star, so to the hood I'ma go with Mike Jones and Snoop Dogg, and they already know that I get love from the beat. Love from the seas, Mexican, Asian, and Samoa OGs. Throw it up when they see me and holla, hey bud. When I'm coming out of Solar Sense in grade 1, you might see me out Long Beach or maybe Pasadena, Inglewood, IE or West Covina. A Southside riding with the homie Big Tune, car hopping, top dropping. So get it, kid, boom, when I'm
Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my
Snoop
jocking the
Dogg.
beat.
Big Snoop Dogg in a yellow Parasini with two girlies in the back in they grip blue bikinis, shaking and they jumping cause the dudes keep bouncing, tipping, whipping, the ass steady dipping, candy paint dripping, Lindy X's what I'm sipping as I shake like a dice game, cold as the ice age. Mike John rocking like a Rolling Stone, and Snoop Dogg going bad to the bone. Yeah, the Cali boys, we love them low lows, and real car club members bang they logos and take photos. See, everything is fine. I'm in the 64, 60 tray of 59. I love my car like I love my wife. See, low riding ain't a sport, it's a way of life. On the real though, I tell you how I feel though. If you see me in the foe, keep it real slow, yeah.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the beat, jocking the beat. Cruising down the street in my jocking the beat, jocking the beat.
Yeah, man, let me explain something to you one time, man. Low ride is not a sport, it's a way of life. It's like building a car from scratch, you understand me? You gotta put the fresh paint on it. You gotta put the mustard and mayonnaise, that's the ties, you understand me? You gotta put the chrome on it or the gold on it, you understand me? It gotta be 100 spokes or better, you dig? And you gotta drop the top, you gotta put the switches on the motherfucker. You definitely got to have the beat. And when you hit the street, you gotta have a freak. You know what I'm saying? One on the side, two on the B-Zack. That's how it's gotta go down, man. That's real low ride, you understand me? From a West Coast motherfucking G, man. We bounce and we slip and we tip and we dip and we dodging the motherfucking pigs all while we doing this motherfucking gangster style. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just
Cruising down the
cruising.
street in my 6'4", jocking the Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the Cruising down the street in my jocking the